For the past decade, corporations operated under a convenient illusion. They treated the internet as a truly borderless space, freely shipping massive quantities of their raw data across oceans to be stored on the servers of American tech giants. Many executives believed they were running a simple race. 10 years ago, if you asked corporate leaders about their digital transformation, they confidently projected they'd cross the finish line by 2026, fully upgraded and ready to rest. But the target simply kept moving. Companies are learning that modernizing their systems isn't a single project to be completed. It is a permanent state of adaptation. And the recent explosion of artificial intelligence has put that constant state of change into overdrive, creating an intense pressure to adopt new technology immediately. Businesses are desperate to use AI to automate their workflows, but using public tools like large language models creates a massive vulnerability. When a company feeds sensitive internal records into an internet-available model, that information is suddenly exposed to foreign jurisdictions. The immense scale of the European Parliament highlights the severity of this risk. Sweeping regional legislation like GDPR forces global businesses to overhaul how they handle every byte of information. If an employee prompts an open model with the wrong internal dataset, the company is instantly breaching these laws. Their most valuable asset immediately becomes a devastating legal liability. This tension has accelerated the push for data sovereignty, the legal reality that digital information is subject strictly to the laws of the physical country where it is collected and stored. That single legislative principle has shattered the dream of a seamless global cloud. Data can no longer flow freely across the void. International businesses can no longer simply route their operations through the cheapest or most convenient global servers available. Instead, they are being forced to actively geofence their operations. They have to build strict, localized boundaries that stop sensitive information from leaving specific regional borders. The legal map is overriding the technical one. Corporations must now draw hard physical borders around their digital operations if they want to survive. To see the friction this creates, look at the UK's National Health Service, one of the largest employers in the world and a prime example of an institution burdened by technical debt. Technical debt happens when organizations rely on decades of disparate legacy software. For the NHS, critical patient records are fragmented across completely different systems for primary care clinics and secondary care hospitals. The strategic goal of modern healthcare is to shift from treating sickness to preventing it entirely. But that pivot requires these isolated facilities to smoothly share the data they hold. Securely integrating that localized data across heavy firewalls without violating strict patient privacy regulations has become an absolute logistical nightmare. To solve this, major enterprises are pivoting away from public AI tools and investing heavily in what are known as domain language models. A domain language model is a private, custom-built AI that operates exclusively within a specific industry sector or a single company's walls. It never connects to the open internet. This allows international enterprises to search, retrieve, and analyze their massive troves of disparate data safely. They get the analytical power of artificial intelligence while remaining strictly obedient to regional sovereignty mandates. Building the right private AI is only half the battle. The real test is whether that technology actually enhances a human employee's natural flow of work. If a clinician or an office worker has to log out of their main application, punch into a dozen clunky legacy systems to find data, and then switch back, the workflow is entirely disrupted. The AI's value drops to zero. This reveals the ultimate bottleneck facing major businesses right now. It isn't the processing power of the technology, it's a severe lack of workforce readiness. Global authorities like the World Economic Forum track these shifts, and their future job reports point to a massive impending demand for frontline workers equipped with advanced digital and data skills. The market requires an immediate pivot in education and recruitment. Companies now prioritize candidates who combine their specific professional expertise with the ability to prompt and integrate localized AI tools into their daily routines. Navigating the permanent cycle of digital adaptation requires a firm grasp on the new map. In the modern economy, knowing exactly where your data legally lives is the strict prerequisite to figuring out what it can actually do for you.